Oakland, California. Set to kick now. Ray Guy, Raymond Claiborne is deep for New England. He's number 26, the speedster, flanked by Westbrook, 83, James McAllister, 37. There's Claiborne.
All right.
Ran back 3 kickoffs for touchdowns last year. Won a 100-yarder.
It's going to be a big half. I can just feel it. Let's go.
Guy hangs it high. Taken there by Don Westbrook. Out over the 20-yard line to about the 23, upended there by Mike Davis.
I thought Westbrook had a quick notion there to hand it on a reverse to Claiborne, but
I did too, but he got caught in a rundown between second and first.
Offensively, that is the unit. Andy Johnson, Sam Cunningham, they'll be alternating, of course. We haven't seen Don Calhoun this evening. The wide receivers, 86, Stanley Morgan, Errol Jackson, number 29, the tight end, Russ Francis. He scored the New England touchdown, a 25-yarder from Grogan. Veteran offensive line, Hannah, Adams, the guards, and Cottis, the center, Jordan, and Leon Gray are the tackles. This is Francis.
They get him over there in front of Villapiano.
Grogan on first down. Man is wide open. It's Russ Francis. And Francis has the first down as he bowls out to the 35-yard line, hit by Ted Hendricks and number 39, Willie Hall. And I think you're exactly right. That's what they're doing down. They're getting him on the smaller linebacker, Villapiano, who didn't even try to hold him up. He went for some kind of fake action.
Well, there's a delayed pattern, and actually did a good job of it, Frank. He blocked first and then released late. You wonder how a guy that's such an outstanding receiver as Francis can get open like that. But it's with that block that he threw first, and they released him. He came across the middle.
And Villapiano read the block, thought it was run, stepped across. Francis was open. Cunningham out of the 40-yard line to the 43-yard line, short of the first down by about 3. It'll be 3rd and 3.
while they're only in their second series, you can see that this team has a whole new lift as a result of the touchdown they scored just before the end of the first half. Different-looking ball club. And Grogan, as I said earlier, growing in confidence.
It's 2nd down and 3, not 3rd and 3. The ball is at the 42-yard line.
Chuck Fairbanks, too. Judging by the look of it.
Andy Johnson.
Oh, there.
Flag is down. Johnson has the first down. His progress is marked, but again, a flag is down. It's going to be a holding call. Guess who?
New England.
Yeah, you see that guy toss the flag in that area, you can pretty well figure it out. And Madden says that's a great call.
What he's saying is, you can listen to me, fellas.
John Madden, this year will go into the NFL record books as the 13th coach in the history of this game to have won 100. He's won 96 in his career, and this is only his 10th year.
Holding, number 61, offense, 2nd down.
Sam Adams, the right guard, number 61. Watch. Working against Willie Hall.
Well, he only held a little bit.
Just a touch. Backs New England up. Ball at their own 33-yard line. 2nd down and 13. Play action fake, and Villapiano misses, and Grogan takes off. And Grogan, close to a first down. He had to get just over the 45-yard line. Jack Tatum up into Grogan.
He was trying to wait on that block from Francis, and he just couldn't quite wait long enough. Francis couldn't quite get there. Maybe he picked up a few more, but I believe well, they are going to measure, so we'll wait and see.
That's what you wanted, a rollout, only that was a bootleg right.
That's okay, too. I think that, you really do. You utilize your personnel, and I think that's what Steve Grogan does exceptionally well. He can throw on the run, but he is that other weapon. And if you go ahead and have a quarterback run called, then you get a little bit more aggressive blocks, and that is a first down by that much. But they picked up 2 quick first downs, and I do think they're going to have a good second half.
They came out with a lot more snap, but I'm sure that first quarter they were maybe just a little bit embarrassed. And they looked like they'd snapped around just a bit. They put together a good drive that culminated in a 25-yard touchdown pass that got them to within 7 points. That's the story right now, 14-7, Oakland over New England. The first down is at the 45-yard line. And handoff goes to Sam Cunningham, and Cunningham squeezes out 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7, upended by Phil Villapiano.
He really worked for that yardage. I thought Bob Oates, the venerable football writer for the Los Angeles Times, had an interesting column today. He talked about the spread of talent throughout the league, the expanded schedule, the relative parity of talent, and that's exactly what's happening in this league. The old cliche, anyone can beat anyone else on any given day, is now perilously close to true. It used to be propaganda.
2nd and 7. Grogan, a lot of time, but no receiver. Grogan tried to dive for the 1st down. He's very close to it at the 45-yard line of Oakland. He had to get just over it. I don't believe he did. Monty Johnson drove him out of bounds.
You can never say that this man's not a competitor, because he really is, and he doesn't have, I would say, the highest regard for his body. I mean, man, he'll throw it out there, let him take a look at it, but he just saw that flag laying down there and did the best he could to get there, and I think you called it right on break. He came up about a half a yard short.
Down about a foot. Cunningham hurdles over the line of scrimmage, gets the 1st down at the 42-yard line. This is a different football team they watched in the 1st quarter.
That's his patented touchdown jump. Oh, yeah.
A lot of that when he was at USC. Of course, he was mostly utilized as blocking back there. It's the room with Steelers' Lynn Swan.
Red Rover, let's
And he learned going up over the top from Frank Gifford.
Lynn will do a little jumping for you, too. He likes to jump up there and catch it. A little regard for his body. He took a couple of shots today. Andy Johnson, and Johnson gets close to the 40-yard line. Pursuing defense out there. Number 47, Charles Phillip.
Back came in there and knocked a lot of that interference down. But once again, you saw him on a late shift put Francis over in front of Villapiano. And I guess from offensive philosophy, I would assume that if the Oakland team feels he can't play that tight end as well as he can the weak side, I'd put the tight end in front of him too.
2nd down, call it a long 8. Grogan fakes the draw. He's wide open as Andy Johnson. And Johnson inside the 20-yard line. He's down to the 16-yard line, taken out of bounds by Monty Jackson. 1st down, New England.
Let me tell you, on this drive, as there's an Oakland player hurt,
Monty Jackson is down, Howard.
number 42.
14-7 Oakland. New England, a different ball club. Andy Johnson will call again, another hole, and he gets to the end zone. No flags down. That'll tie it up if we get the conversion across.
Oh, that time it really
Forrest Ivory, that is.
That was young Ivory from Oklahoma. The latter had the unfortunate fumble of Brad Dusek that lost the Washington Redskins game in the final 2 minutes. But he can fly.
had some really good blocks. We're going to pick up a lot of them, but you're going to watch Sam Adams, number 61, out here in front. Now, dude, he just falls on him. He's the last one there. And he says there's nobody out there. Once again, he put Francis over in front of Villapiano. Had a good block on him. Cut to the outside. There's nobody there but green grass. Green grass.
Night for Horace Ivory. Missed most of his rookie campaign a year ago. As we look now at Dominic Lowry. And that ties it up. Horace Ivory from 16 yards out. This will fire up a ball club, too. They were struggling throughout the entire first quarter into the second quarter, and then gradually they began to turn it around.
All right, let's watch what they do to Russ Francis, number 81 on this play, the big tight end. Oh, boy. Would you call that a face mask, Andy?
I would call that, but it didn't really slow him down much. He just kept blocking.
New England back in it. It's all tied up. We'll be back in just a moment. Nick Lowry's kickoff for New England from the end zone. Art Whittington is down there along with Joe Stewart. This is Art Whittington.
All right, Art.
And Pride and Joy in SMU rolls out close to the 45-yard line.
Oh, we're getting it going now.
What a beautiful piece of running by the young speedster from SMU. Turning point in this game in the second quarter as you look at Whittington again. Watch him. He breaks behind the blocker, finds a little hole there, and somehow escapes that shirt tackle, cuts back, and is still going. A great run. I was saying in the second quarter, the turning point game Oakland scored an apparent touchdown to make it 21-0. Was called back because of a personal foul. New England marched the field, made it 14-7. Now they've tied.
First and 10. Oakland's own 44-yard line. Stabler, down he goes. Hustling in there, number 56, Rod Schote. Stabler slipped trying to avoid Schote. Loss is all the way back to the 34-yard line.
Don told you earlier, Schote is in there for his speed. That's how he beat out Steve King for a lineback position. We also mentioned earlier, we reiterate that Julius Adams, great front man in that 30 defense, is on the injured reserve, out for the year. That may have something to do with New England's failure to execute the number of sacks this year proportionately that they did a year ago. But right now, they're a hot team.
Second down, 20. First sack against Stabler. Manazak or Egan. So set back. Stabler comes right back. Fires over the middle. Complete there to Robisky.
But not much. 4 or 5 yards.
Ball is down at the 40-yard line. Gets 5 of it back. It'll be third down and 14. Sam Hunt in on the stop.
There's Jim Plunkett, as you know, a member of the Oakland Raiders. Released by San Francisco, nobody claimed him. This man, and once a #1 draft choice, and we do have an injured player, as Frank mentioned, on the field, right there.
It's Sam Hunt who is down for New England. 14. 9:22 remaining in the third quarter. Is tied at 14. Stabler again to the air.
Oh, no.
Hangs it way up to the speedster. Intended for the speedster, Cliff Branch. He could not run under it. Defensively back there, Ray Claiborne. He could run right with Branch.
Really would question that throw because that was just a throw me up and hope. It's a third down at about 14 or 15. He's thrown into a double coverage situation. Branch never had a shot at it.
At a moment like this, you can reflect back upon the wisdom of playing conservatively when they had about a minute and a half left in the first half, Don.
Yep, we talked about that at that time.
Not that obvious, but this man has won many an Oakland football game. Ray Guy. And you're looking at Stanley Morgan. Another speedster for New England. Ray riffles a beauty. Morgan takes it at the 16-yard line. Tries to get behind the picket line. And attracts a lot of Oakland Raiders and is taken down at the 19-yard line by Booker Russell. NCAA college football coming your way Saturday. 7 regional games. 1:30 Eastern and Pacific, 12:30 Central. North Carolina at Pittsburgh. Pitt ranked, of course, in the top 10 in the polls this season. They've beaten Tulane and Temple. They are a 2-0 record. Nebraska also at Indiana. Tennessee versus Auburn at Birmingham. Washington against Oregon State. Alcorn State against South Carolina State. Boise State goes against Montana State. Hobart against St. Louis. Don and Howard will be there. Check your local listing for the time and game in your area. All on ABC, your sports network.
Don't you laugh, Frank. Hobart had an All-American center back in 1920.
I wasn't laughing. I assume you'll be there. On first and 10. Grogan. A lot of time. Intended for Harold Jackson and almost picked off. Monty Jackson was back there.
With 3 men in front of Harold Jackson, Harold was free. You've got to have, that's where touch comes in. You've got to loop that ball. You can't throw it that way, Don.
Well, that was Monty Johnson that came across in the inside there from that linebacker position, and he did get his hands on it. He had a lot of time to throw the ball that time, and if that's an indication of things to come, then he can do a lot of crisscrossing patterns. I think that's where his success will come, and he has had it earlier with Russ Francis.
Second down and 10. The ball at the 19-yard line. Grogan up on top again. And open is Morgan. And Morgan steps out of bounds. Has the first down. He's out to the 30-yard line.
Monty Jackson is still out. The veteran Willie Brown, number 24, is in. Monty Jackson is groggy, and they won't let him come back in. So Grogan is going into that Willie Brown area. Monty Jackson is as good as there is, except for possibly Louis Wright of Denver. Man-on-man coverage. They're bound to miss it.
Willie Brown, a 16-year veteran out of Grambling, in at the right cornerback. Maybe has slowed up a step, but he still has the smarts. Cunningham. upended after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
To show you the importance, Al Davis, the front office man who runs the Raiders, attached to the acquisition of Monty Jackson, he gave up for him in the trade with Los Angeles a first-round draft choice in the next draft, a third-round draft choice in the draft after that, and a second-round draft choice in the draft after that. An incredible amount to give up for a cornerback. In the meantime, you just saw Fred Biletnikoff.
Second down, linebacker. Excuse me, Frank, you saw a linebacker switch that time. Excuse me.
Cunningham goes for another New England first down. Right over the 40-yard line. He had to reach the 40, upended by Willie Hall, and New England now dominating here in the second half.
Exact opposite of the first half when Oakland was totally dominant.
You saw an attempt for a defensive change there with Hendricks changing at the last minute when that tight end would go to the opposite side. So New England just tricked them, and they came right back to the weak side again. Filippiano had knee surgery, missed most of last year. Some feel that he is not fully recovered and his mobility is not as good as it once was. Now they decided to stay. You see that same switch.
Grogan has generated 7 first downs here in the third quarter. The handoff goes to Andy Johnson, and Andy Johnson goes to another first down. Now that by Ted Hendricks.
Excuse me, Frank, that New England offensive line is now synchronized and playing as a team.
Look at that lead block. You've got him coming in there. Sam Bamp coming from the offensive backfield. And John Hanna leading the way.
Always John Hanna is in there. The malcontent of a year ago, along with Leon Gray, the two of them now working as they can be. It's good, an offensive tandem team on the line as there is in the league.
Less than a yard for the first down. The ball just short of midfield. Grogan. He'll run for the first down. Dives over the 45-yard line to the 44. Flag is down.
He threw a flag on Hendricks.
Late hit.
Filippiano and Hendricks were both there along with Charles Phillips. There'll be a personal foul and it's going to be called against Oakland.
I think that's an excellent call. He was down, had been touched. Very severe injuries do come, most of them come from what is called the spearing technique or whatever. One of them's going for his legs and the other's going for his head.
It moves the ball to the 29-yard line of Oakland. We're all tied at 14. 6:43 remaining in the third quarter. Fifteen plays Grogan has rattled off here in the third quarter. They have 8 first downs out of those 15 plays. Yes, they've come to life. Cunningham. And he bangs to the 25-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Frank, while Oakland has been the most consistently winning team in modern-day professional football, the one team that has an edge on Oakland in the career series between the two teams is the team they're playing tonight, the New England Patriots.
10-9 with one tie.
You are brilliant.
Well, I remember every one of them.
Cunningham is shaken up a little bit. Don Calhoun comes in, number 44. Cunningham, of course, injured in preseason, has been nursing a sore knee. He's gone to the sidelines. 44, Calhoun is in. 2nd down and 5. Andy Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Johnson is close to another New England first down. Otis Sistrunk slides out, trips him up.
They're establishing a certain offensive dominance that they certainly didn't have last week against Baltimore, and they didn't show in the first half. They're also eating up the clock. And here comes the big guys, Gray and Hanna. And look at Andy Johnson. He knows that's Sam Adams, number 61, out in front, too. Well, slipped in from the side there. That was a very nice tackle by Charlie Phillips.
3rd in the yard. Whoa! Calhoun is met. Just over the line of scrimmage. I don't believe he got the first.
I don't think so either. It was a great defensive effort. Look at it again.
Sistrunk is at the bottom of that.
That's right there. That's beating him.
And
Monty
help from
Johnson.
Jack Tatum.
I don't know what that quarterback's doing.
Mentioning Tatum, by the way, 32. I talked at the start tonight about how controversial he's been, as we do have the 4th down coming up. Bart Starr roundly criticized him. I want to read a telegram Bart sent yesterday to John Madden. Do I have time, Frank?
Let's look at the fourth down.
Oh,
It is unusual, and it should be read. There's Jack Tatum. But right now, it's a big down for New England. Fourth, less than a yard. They'll go for it. Cunningham is back in. He's the man that goes over the top. He's in there with Andy Johnson. And Johnson gets a call. He gets a New England first down. Down to the 17-yard line.
Okay, now we can read that wire. From Bart Starr to John Madden, the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, please accept my apologies for my comments concerning Jack Tatum's hit in last week's game. This apology is as sincere as my original concern. Sincerely, Bart Starr, head coach, general manager, Green Bay Packers. Oakland did beat Green Bay 28-3 last week, but Green Bay upset San Diego today 24-3. Starr at 3-1, and nobody would have believed it.
New England has rattled off now 10 first downs here in the third quarter. And 4:15 is remaining. The clock is moving. First and 10. The ball at the 17-yard line. Cunningham. And he draws a lot of Raiders. Bill Vilipiano is there. Willie Hall. Tatum coming up in the secondary. Give him a yard, perhaps. It'll be second down and 9.
I mentioned it a lot. Maybe this will be the last time. Maybe it won't. But I think if you're going to use a quarterback rollout, it's more effective when you're going in for a touchdown than any place else on the football field. And we've seen Grogan run fairly successful 2 or 3 times tonight.
And in this drive, second and long yardage, Grogan has liked to go to the air. That's what we have. Second down and 9. Out to the right, Harold Jackson, the speedster. Out to the left is Stanley Morgan. Calhoun, single step back. Johnson is the wingback. I don't understand that one. Why did you arms of Willie Hall?
Leave that.
If Willie Hall hadn't called it, you could have called Grogan for throwing it away.
I thought he was going to flip it to 44, Calhoun.
He was just more pleased with Monty's route than he was with the guy who was wearing his colored jersey.
He got caught into point of indecision. He threw it right between 2 receivers, right into the arms of Willie Hall. Oakland with the turnover. New England in trouble. Well, maybe he's not disconsolate this time, but he's
hot.
wondering what in the world happened. Take a look, Don. You know what goes through their heads.
Well, yeah. What that really is you get the real bad case of...
whom he could have flipped it, Don.
Yeah, the deep freeze between the ears is what that one was.
First and 10. Oakland. We're going to call Van Egan up over the left side. And Van Egan moved to 4. Out to the 24. It'll be second down and 6.
That's the turnover Oakland needed for a pick-me-up. There's Willie Hall.
He has to be shocked.
The much-traveled one. Hi, Willie. Once they let him go.
What you were trying to say, Dee, was that he looked to one receiver, looked to the other, threw right in the middle.
That's really true. He didn't, just that brief shining moment there, Camelot disappeared because he couldn't make up his mind and just drilled Willie Hall. It was right in the middle of it.
It's still tied at 14, 2:45 remaining in the third quarter. Here's Mark Van Egan. He drops the ball.
Camelot,
on top. Sam Hunt all over Van Egan, short of the first down, out into the 28.
Each evening from December to December, before Steve puts his head upon the cot, think back to all the passes he'll remember. And that one was not Camelot.
Sometimes you amaze even me. Somewhat.
Third down, long 2. John Madden looking on. Van Egan doesn't get the first down, gets to the 30-yard line.
And now you can start wondering, well, what's happening to that Oakland offense, because twice they've had the ball, twice they failed to make the first down.
With that lift, you'd have thought the momentum would grow. Instead, no. New England held. It's up to Mr. Guy.
And the fans are not pleased with that particular offensive punch either.
Oakland short by about a yard. Ray Guy comes out. Stanley Morgan goes deep. There he is. One of those first-round draft picks. He, of course, came in 77. Second to Billy Johnson in the NFL last year. An average per return of nearly 14 yards a carry. Oakland long count, trying to draw New England off, but I think they may have done just that.
They sure did.
Morgan calls for and makes the fair catch at the 30, but Oakland taking the long count, hoping hoping to draw New England off, and that's exactly what they've done.
That's almost as foolish a mistake as that pass interception a minute ago, because you're sitting there, the guys they were not trying to block the kick anyway. They were going to go back to set up for a return. And he just froze in there in the middle of the line and jumped offside.
Exactly right.
Unnecessarily.
Chuck Fairbanks continues to be on fire on the sideline. He doesn't believe what he's seeing.
You know, for the last 2 weeks, Stabler has refused to be interviewed by the press. We'll get an official call here.
Offside, defense, first down.
And his players, Casper for one, says, well, that he's such a team guy that he's afraid that he will either imply or infer that the interceptions are caused by the players. But when you see things like this happening, you've got to wonder, do they really have confidence in that offense? And they better move it or they're not going to have it.
First and 10. Stabler right up on top. Throws the screen. Coming out of the backfield is Van Egan. There's a blocker in front of him. And Van Egan gets Oakland out of a hole. All the way down to the 32-yard line. Taken out of bounds by Dick Kahn.
Well, that answered that question, didn't it?
Yes, it really did. Beautiful call, beautiful play execution in every department.
Just a super call. New England, of course, fired up, mad at themselves, coming off that line of scrimmage. He lets them come in, drops it over the head of the screen. Van Egan does the rest.
That's why you see so many running backs that are the leaders in the statistical category as far as receptions, because that is really a very difficult pattern to cover. The linebackers have a lot of pressure.
33-yard pickup. Stabler again. Wants to hit quickly. A lot of time. Goes out to Casper, and Casper somehow holds on down around the 20-yard line.
That was a remarkable catch.
Quite stole it away, didn't it?
Yep. Quite a difference from the Casper of the opener against Denver, when unaccountably he was dropping passes.
That was Sable that tried to give him that initial chuck. And
It'll be for naught because it's going to be called back, but it's worth looking at again.
Trying to get a couple of guys in that position. You saw number 54. Zabel was turned around. Got out to Casper a little bit late. But there was an infraction, and it was
Holding, number 40, offense, still first down.
Pete Banaszak holding. Filippiano on the sidelines, watching his offensive teammates, and they have just been moved back to New England 42-yard line, where it's first down now and 20. Whittington comes in, the little speedster from SMU, number 22. He's in there with Van Egan, number 30. First and 20. Stabler
should be
deep. He did not come down in bounds. Tim Fox picked it off, but he did not come down with both feet in bounds.
For a guy who hurt his back earlier in the game, Tim Fox has been all over the place.
The most difficult thing about a three-man rush is the fact that they can disguise the defensive coverages back in the secondary so well. But most of the time, those deep backs are going to have double coverage. That time for sure, you see Fox comes over, and if that's off, they close there.
That is close.
I want to see that one again.
Well,
if he touches that line, he's out of bounds.
He touches the line. Touch the line. That's a good, really close call.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they're amazing, aren't they?
And they don't do it with reruns. They have to do it right now.
That's right.
Second and 20. Harry Robisky is nailed. Big number 64, Richard Bishop.
He's the backup for Julius Adams, the absent one.
Ross is back to the 44-yard line. Third down now, 22. Morris Bradshaw wide to the left. Biletnikov's in the lineup. Stabler. Wide open in the middle is Morris Bradshaw. No first down. Short of the first down.
But he saved a terrible situation because he faced a tremendous rush.
Seconds ticking out here in the third quarter.
Stabler makes a pretty good move.
Right there.
Right there to get away from Tony McGee.
And you're watching another exclusive of ABC Sports. That's the end of the third quarter with the score Oakland 14, New England 14. We'll return for the fourth quarter in just a moment. Attempt at 47 yards. That's quite a bit of distance for old man. Straightaway kickers, you can see. We'll watch it from the end zone. Low snap. Brought up right. to the left. New England will take over 1st and 10 from the line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line.
He had the distance, missed the direction.